Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to speak about our intuition, our sixth sense, the all that is. I feel like often in the society we live in the world we live in, we are wired to see everything through logic. It's this thing of having this scientific view of seeing things, this methodology in which we solve problems. But the issue is facts, figures, methodology, practicality. It's not the only way to see life. And we are trained like this from our school years up to when we're working, and that's the main method we use. And we forget the other kinds of intelligence, body intelligence, being in touch with your gut instincts, being in touch with what your body is telling you. That is not as much prioritized. And many people are living dissociated from their bodies. There's this thing called interception, where you are able to feel the sensations within your body, in each body part. And many people are not really good in that. Should I call it a skill on that, or that kind of sense? People are mainly in their head. Nowadays, even like we can see with social media, people are mainly on their phones, mainly scrolling. So we're mainly chasing that mental stimulation. That experience of the body is often overlooked. There was a time where it was hard to overlook it, like centuries ago, when people were manual laborers and working a lot with physically. But nowadays, a lot of jobs are mainly mental, mainly sitting in front of the computer. So we lose touch with these parts of our bodies, because many people don't even go to gym, and that's a part of the problem. So, but then what do we get from this body intelligence? Remember, our body collects all these sensations, all these experiences throughout our lives, from the moment we were born, before we could see, before we could talk. And so that really brings us to the part where this is intelligence, which does not necessarily deal with words. It deals with, it's from our memory, it's from what we've perceived before. And maybe because we can't put it in a logical form, we doubt it. But it's so important to listen to it, because there's a lot of information coming from it. So we need to lean into it. Sometimes people dissociate from this body intelligence when they get an injury of some sort. I can say this has been me as well. When I got my leg injury, I just noticed for a while, it's like I wasn't really paying attention to the sensations there. So that dissociation, especially from very bad injuries, can lead to people being not very present in their body, and it leads to a lot of further problems. For instance, you can get even more injuries because you are not really in touch with the sensations there. But it brings us back to the fact where you need to listen to your gut, not just the logic, because your body knows a lot. If you believe in evolution, I am on the fence about it. Before we had the civilizations and stuff, body intelligence was a huge part of how we operated. Bodily instincts and knowing whether the situation was dangerous or not, which decision to take. But right now we've shut it off because we are mainly relying on our systems and our methodologies and our logic. The other intelligence we need to prioritize is spiritual intelligence, being in touch with your creator, being in touch with the universe, being in touch with the invisible. But it's something which many people doubt because they can't see it. It's the same with body intelligence, because they don't fully understand it, then they don't trust in it, because we're taught we need to know the steps beforehand, we need to understand. But there's more to it. There's following the feeling, or rather following the voice that guides you towards something, instead of just believing you have to control everything. There's following that voice, the voice of God, or the voice of the universe, into leading you into situations when you don't understand. It's about as well as knowing yourself as the creator, and knowing that whatever image you keep in your head the most is the image you will manifest. So it's about intentionally creating your life, which is hard because Sometimes negative feelings arise, and when negative feelings arise, it's easier to hold negative images in your head. It's easier to try to think of the worst. But then mental discipline is important as a creator. Mental discipline. So in terms of visualizing and only creating and what you want instead of visualizing what you don't want, it's easier said than done, because our reptilian brain wants us to prevent these risky events, wants us to focus on the negative sometimes to protect us. But you've got to sometimes shut off the reptilian brain and look at the spiritual brain. Think with your third eye and your crown chakra and create consciously. It's something. It's more about mental strength and patience, because you have to cultivate those two if you desire to really reach that level. But many people have reached it before, so it's entirely possible. So now you're in touch with not just mental intelligence, but body intelligence and spiritual intelligence. Anyway, I'm also practicing this stuff. I'm not perfect in them, and I hope you can also get better at them as well. This is an amazing journey. So guys, that's all I want to speak about today, and have a nice day. Follow and subscribe if you haven't. Bye.